What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back in Forza 5. It's been a little bit of a while, but a lot of you guys have actually been asking for me to get some go back to Forza 5 a little bit, and to do some more. I guess you could say kind of different stuff. That's a little bit more. I guess you could say not too widely done as far as drift builds go, and as far as certain cars. Now we're gonna actually do a drift build in this particular episode of the Aventador, which is definitely not something you see very often, if any at all, in online drift lobbies. But it doesn't matter because that's what we do. We build insane stuff. And, oh, that's actually not a bad design. I always like to look through the designs. Most of them, actually, that's cool too. Most of them generally aren't that great, but I do like to look through them nonetheless. That is a particular wrap that I remember. Oh, there was an Aventador in London that had that exact wrap on it, and I remember that particular wrap. I just don't remember who the owner was. I know I really liked the wrap, but I don't exactly remember who the owner was. I'm gonna go with that one because in my opinion, these like Tron style wraps look really, really cool. And I remember it was a Qatari registered car, but like I said, I just forgot who the actual owner was. Like I said, I really do like the wrap though. And I guess the sort of Tron style wraps have been kind of getting really, really popular lately in the supercar crowd, especially with the Gumball 3000 that just happened. You had
This is your
Josh Cartou's
2012
cars with the
Lamborghini
F12 and the
Aventador
458 Spider. They were both done
LP700-4.
in Tron wraps. So people are starting to use that wrap style a little bit more. But honestly, I think it's a cool style. I say more power to you if you want to use it. So we're gonna go ahead and first of all we're gonna handle the handling, or the platform and the handling. Gonna drop it on race springs. Gives it a beautiful stance. I mean, it's got a beautiful stance already, but that just amplifies it. And we don't really need to you don't really need to do anything else there. You could, but nothing that you would really absolutely need to do. Build up the clutch, build up the transmission. We need to be able to handle all of the power we're going to put in this thing. And yes, we're going to put in gobs of power, monstrous amounts of power. Because why not? Because we're well, actually, I just realized there was absolutely no point in doing those drivetrain upgrades if I'm going to swap it to rear-wheel drive. But yeah, we're going to give this thing gobs of power. Twin turbos. And we're going to build those up when we go back to do the engine work, but we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to have to redo everything we did for the drivetrain with the clutch, the gearbox, everything. I'm surprised you don't have to upgrade the gearbox, like, really any at all. You could probably, unless, like, if you didn't want to mess with the gear ratios, you could probably leave it with the stock gearbox and it would be fine. Need the race diff, though. Absolutely. Let's see, real quick. I don't think there's anything that we could use in the aero and appearance. I think I've looked through it for the Aventador before, and I didn't see anything in there. I do want to see what tire compound it's on, though. So it's on streets, so we're just going to leave it on streets. Not going to mess with the tire width. And as far as the wheels themselves, I'm going to look at the different styles and see what I can find. It's a little bit trickier to choose wheels for a supercar than it is for, like, say, a sports car, but just depending on what style of wheels you like. But honestly, these HREs look really, really good. HREs always look good on Lambos, though. In my opinion, HRE and Lambo just kind of go, they just kind of fit together perfectly. And those 546Rs look so good. So good. I'm just going to see what else they have just so I can make sure I don't miss anything. These look nice. So do those. Those look beast. I think I'm actually gonna go with these, the modular M7s. I use them on a lot of cars, to be honest. I have them on like 2 GT500s. I have them on, I think, maybe a BMW as well. I think I have an M6 that's got those, but like I said, I'm not quite sure. We could go up to 21s, and actually, you know what? It probably wouldn't be too bad. Especially on the looks front. We got 20s in the front, 21s in the back. Yeah, it actually doesn't look too bad. They don't look too big. They just look, they look just big enough, but they don't look too big, in my opinion. There might be some people out there that think they look too big, but like I said, for me, it doesn't push it over the top. There's a certain size where you get to a certain point sometimes where it's like, okay, you better not go any bigger than that. But it's always like you got to find that perfect size for your wheels, and once you find that perfect size, it really sets off the looks of the car nicely. Get a new upgraded exhaust in there. We're already over 800 horsepower. Cam the V12, 866 horsepower. 876 horsepower, nearly to 900 horsepower, only 24 horsepower off. 895 horsepower, and we haven't even touched the turbos. 908 horsepower. I'm going to do the turbos last, because I want to see what kind of gains we get from them. Oh god, 975 horsepower before turbo upgrades. Here we go, holy crap, this is going to be insane. 1,059 horsepower in a rear-wheel drive swapped Aventador. This is going to be a monster to drive. I'm a little bit concerned about keeping it controllable with this amount of power and after the swap to rear drive, but either way, it should be insanely fun. I'm not going to do much to the tune. I'm just going to modify the tire pressure just a little bit. Not modify, just change the tire pressure a little bit. And let's see, we're going to drop the ride height, and we are going to tune the differential just a little bit, apply that, and then we're just going to go ahead and take this thing straight out to the Bernese Alps and test it there, because we're going to need wide open track for this car. Like I said, I'm a little bit scared of what it might be like, but then again, it might be awesome. It might, because it's gonna just have wheel spin for days. So I can guarantee you it's gonna be easy to keep the rear tires spinning mid corner. But let's just see how it sounds real quick. That's insane. Throw it in. Okay. You need to have a little bit of control of the e-brake, but it's pretty manageable. Unless you go to the point, because it's got obviously with the mid-engine layout, you're dealing with a different rotating, dealing with a different rotating point than you are with the traditional front engine rear drive setup for drifting. But let me actually change it to a drift HUD. So I just prefer to drift with the drift HUD on. It just allows me to gauge it a little bit better, I think. And the crazy thing about this car is the fact that it grips up. That's the thing. It'll still grip, even at mid-corner. You're going full throttle, and okay, that's that weird balance coming into it. You have to find a happy medium with your tuning setup, especially with mid-engine drift cars. They can be a little bit funky, like fiddly, with just depending on how you set them up. I went into that way too wide. We're going into the wall. I knew it. You know what? We're gonna restart that, because that was all overall just a really bad lap. I wasn't ready for that. You gotta keep the car in boost. That's the other thing. If you don't keep the car in boost, then you're not going to get the results you're looking for. But you got to keep it right in boost and also right on the edge of the torque band. If you can do that, the car will reward you. But if you can't do that, it's going to severely punish you. It's going to literally make you pay for not keeping it in boost. It's going to make you pay by making you give up your drift score, pretty much. And you can't really get as much angle as you might be able to in certain other cars. But, again, who else online is going to be using an Aventador? That's the best thing about building a car like this for drifting, is that you're going to go into online lobbies and you're going to be the only one with the car. And personally, I think that's like the best thing ever, to go into an online lobby and have people look at you, well, not look at you funny, but kind of call you out because you're in this, in a certain car that nobody's using, and then you go out and you're actually competitive with it. I think that's awesome. Just go out there, And because everybody's using, you know, S13s, S14s, 240s, and then you all obviously have your Skylines. So pretty much everything that you've got, like, conventionally, you've got your Zs, your Mustangs, GT86s, everything that's your conventional, that's conventional for drift lobbies, and then you take in something that's totally, totally crazy, like a rear-wheel drive swap 1059 horsepower Aventador, and just really stir things up. Okay, that line's weird. Messed that up. Not bad. Again, keeping it in boost. Try not to get too much angle. As you can see, it requires a lot of steering input most of the time. Okay, I think we've had it. Oh my god, we saved the points. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, we're stuck in pit lane. Help. We made it out. Our passenger side is a little bit, in a bit of a bad way, but we did make it out. Oh, no. Okay. Whew, it was going way wide. I had to really correct it. That's the thing. You always have to be on your toes with this car, because it requires constant steering input. Braking input, e-brake input, on and off the clutch, pretty much everything. You've got to be doing everything. You can't just get away with using one technique. I mean, especially if you want to score highly. I mean, if you don't really care about scoring, you just want to go a little bit sideways, yeah, you could just power oversteer everywhere, but if you really want to put in some good scores with this car, you're gonna have to be paying attention the whole time. Crap, there we go. And back there, we almost spun it. So, like I said, there's always that balance that you have to maintain with it. It's definitely not afraid to let you make a huge mistake. Kind of like how the GT86, FRS, BRZ, those cars, they give you a lot of leeway when you're drifting. They allow you to kind of feel out the corner, and they really give you a lot of input and things like that. This car doesn't care. It doesn't care whatsoever. It will let you destroy your whole run, and it doesn't give a crap about it. But as long as you learn to tame the boost, you're good to go. Come on, then. Up the hill and into fourth. Trying to make this entry a little bit cleaner this time. Third gear should be the money gear for this corner. Not bad. Just stay in it. A little bit of steering, on and off the throttle, modulating. There we go. Whip it back the other way, and back the other way one more time. Dang it, I wanted 8,000. I wanted 8,000 off of that corner. I really, really did. But I feel like it's definitely a car worth trying out if you want something different. However, if you're a beginner, I probably wouldn't recommend this, because it does demand a lot of technique and a lot of focus on what you're doing. And if you don't have the basics down, it's going to be extremely difficult to drift this thing. But if you want to copy the setup and the tune, feel free to do that. And if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it and what other cars you guys would like me to build. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.